Hey guys, Shan this side and welcome to the channel. And today we have Gaurav with us. Welcome Gaurav to this channel.
Thank you. Thanks, Shrayansh, for having me here. I'm really excited to be a part of this.
Thank you. Yeah, Gaurav, let's start it. Like, could you please give a brief about your background when you pass out, how many years of experience you have, your past company, and what tech stack you work on? So all of this would be little helpful.
Sure, sure. So, hi everyone. This is Gaurav, and currently I'm working as SDE-2 at Salesforce. I have about 3.9 years of experience working total into the industry. And prior to this, I have worked with companies like ServiceNow and Optum. I did my engineering from SRM University in Chennai. And prior to this, also, I did my schooling from my hometown, which is Bokaro Steel City in the state of Jharkhand. And that's how it was. And I have been working as probably a full stack developer, more of front end heavy full stack, I would say, and worked on various technologies like JavaScript, Java, React.js, Angular, Spring Boot. Right now, I'm also working on Python and a bit of AI development, all those kind of things. So yeah, that's a bit about me, and looking forward to have a great conversation with you and your
Nice,
audience,
man.
Shash.
You have a very wide range of tech stack
Yeah.
knowledge, right? So
Yes.
that would be definitely a lot of things to learn from you. So okay, so we'll go step by step. Like, okay, let's you are working in I think ServiceNow, your past company, right? So
Yes. Yeah.
how did you think that yes, now it's a good time to switch? And once you have
Mhm.
thought, like, how's your preparation journey after that?
Sure. Right. Everything was going well, to be very honest, in ServiceNow, a great company, great culture. But somehow I was feeling that I have spent about probably 2 years almost, and where I thought that I'm not growing a lot right now because a lot of things have been monotonous. I'm doing the same work again and again, right? So that's where I thought that I should probably look something outside, probably some better opportunities and some new challenges as a whole. So that's where I started to think that I should start probably thinking about joining some other company, and that's how the journey started. And coming to the preparation journey, I properly created probably 4 to 5 months of plan this time, and I was targeting a very limited set of companies this time at least, not in the previous switch, but yeah, this time I was certainly targeting only 10 to 12 companies which are
Mhm.
there in my list. Companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Salesforce, Google, Adobe, Atlassian, Intuit, Walmart, LinkedIn, Uber, all these kind of companies is what I was targeting this time. So that's how it started, and I made a proper 4 to 5 months of plan wherein I divided my time equally among all the things. Wherein probably the first 2 to 2.5 months was solely for DSA. The next 1 month was a mix of LLD and HLD. And of course, I was doing my tech stack and JavaScript, Java, all these kind of things. So that was just like about 10 to 15 days of brush up, right? So that's how it started. And I made it very clear that I have to switch this time. So no matter how much work I have, I used to log out by 6 p.m. And I take probably 1 hour of rest, and then 7 to 11 to 12, something like that. I used to do the preparation. So it started with something like the DSA stuff. And once I felt that, I am probably 60 to 70% ready right now, I also started giving some time in the job applications. A very major mistake that I see among the people these days that, they keep on preparing, they don't give interviews, they don't apply. You have to reach out to the companies. At the end, you need it, right? So you have to reach out. I mean, if your profile is very good, that's exceptional, then it's a different thing that the recruiters will reach out to you. But in most of the cases, it's you who has to reach out, who has to do the efforts to reach out to people, reach out to recruiters, reach out to hiring managers, all those kind of things on LinkedIn and on anything for that matter. Right. So once I was done with the 60% of my preparation, I started reaching out to people. I started reaching out to recruiters, hiring managers, software engineers in my dream companies. And also I started applying to companies simultaneously. Right. So what I did is these 10 companies that I named, I had one tab opened in each of my browser for all the company ka career list. Right. So I used to go there. I used to sort the jobs on the basis of, something which has been recent will be on the top, on the decreasing order of date, basically, right? And if I see that that particular job aligns with my skills and my experience, maybe, then I would just go ahead and apply for it. So
Got
again, here I used to do two things. I created two different email IDs this time. So one using which I directly applied, and another using which I took a referral. Right.
it.
So this is the approach that I use to maximize the calls, basically,
Nice.
because this is one of the things that I did this time, and it literally worked. Right. And also I had some instances wherein I got two calls for the same job ID, one
Acha.
from the referral and one from the this
Oh,
thing also. Right. So this also happens. So do what everything that it takes. As simple as that. It's you who has to get the job. You have to. तुम्हें हाथ पैर मारना पड़ेगा. As simple as that.
Correct.
Right?
So I
So
have
you
one
have to
couple
do
of
that.
questions in this part. Like,
Sure.
is you are a full stack developer, not front end, full stack
Hmm.
developer. But as you mentioned,
Correct.
front end is the major. Why LLD HLD is necessary, or it's very basic? What compared to back end engineer?
Okay.
Like, is it even relevant?
Right. Okay, sure. So this time, I know I had that. I basically take two kinds of interviews. I have two parts in my interviews. One is the traditional DSA, LLD, HLD, system design, all that stuff, and another is I interview completely for front end wallet. So these are
Mhm.
the two track of interviews that I give. Okay. So talking about the very first stack, since I have full stack profile, so I don't just go for backend. I either go for only front end roles or complete full stack role.
Acha.
Right. These are the two things that I have. So if I take full stack interview or if I'm giving full stack interview, then the path is pretty simple. One DSA, one LLD, one HLD, and maybe one hiring manager and all those kind of things. That depends on the company to company also. And if I'm going for only front end, in that case, there will be traditionally two JavaScript rounds, one very basic DSA round, and LLD. So it is not traditional backend wala LLD that we see, but it's more of a front end heavy system design,
Mhm.
right? Slash something called machine coding round, wherein they give you a problem statement and they ask you to build the UI of it, just the UI.
Mhm.
Probably they'll give you the API and that you have to call from the UI, and just the but yeah, it should be a working solution, right? So these are the two paths that I take, and all these things have been coming from the experiences that I have,
Got
right?
it.
So
What about the? Could you please give some resources? Like, how did you prepare?
sure. So if I talk just about front end, first of all, you have to start with HTML, probably HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, some sort of performance based questions, and the machine coding questions.
Mm.
Now, talking about the resources for each of them, HTML I did from HTML, CSS I did from Code with Harry. JavaScript, the best right now in the industry is Akshay Sen. So you just go ahead and hit his channel. That's plus apart from that, I also did something called Roadside Coder. His channel is also good for JavaScript. So this is all things that I did for JS, plus a lot of projects, make small projects like, some sort of a counter or a stopwatch, proper front-end JavaScript based vanilla JS, machine coding questions, do those kind of things for JavaScript. And then for React.js again, React.js probably I studied the documentation, reactjs.org. I did completely from there, plus some references outside, like Akshay Sainika, React course and all that stuff. So that is where I did JavaScript and React.js. For system design, I followed Chirag Goel. He's having a very good system design playlist. So I did that. And yeah, pretty much. And also for the machine coding questions, probably what I did is I find out I still have a list of 20 to 25 machine coding questions. I just go to the YouTube, search for that, and just having, and also try to code it, right? Don't just see the video, because machine coding questions, it's very important that the interviewers, especially these days, they will expect a proper working solution. So you have to ensure that whatever you're building, that is working end to end,
Got it.
right? So whatever questions that you're preparing for the machine coding, ensure that you open some either VS Code or some online ID and try to code it from scratch and see that it's working end to end,
Got it.
right? So this is what for the front end. Now coming for the back end slash full stack. First thing, DSA, very important. No matter SD1, SD2, SD3, you will be grilled on DSA, right? So you probably can't skip that for sure, no matter what. So I did from Cyber,
Mm.
plus a couple of others like Riddhi Datta and Aditya Verma. His
Mm.
DP list is amazing. So I did Striver ka SD sheet plus A to Z sheet. I completed these two sheets from scratch
Okay.
for DSA. For LLD, again, I'm sitting with the OG of LLD.
Okay.
So Shrayansh, I did it from his channel. Right, so a very one-stop solution when you're doing for LLD and system design in general. For HLD, I followed your channel,
Okay.
plus a few important free resources like System Design Primer and Alexo,
Okay.
a grunt of when it comes to HLD. So I did the HLD wala part from there. And behavioral questions, very important. If you're targeting product-based companies, do not forget to, prepare for behavioral questions.
Mm.
Try to make some story. Don't make it false. Make ensure that the stories are relevant, and because interviewers are super smart to catch you if you are just bluffing them.
Yeah.
So try to see the important questions, and there's a follow a particular pattern, and ensure that you are framing the answers in that particular pattern, something called STAR: situation, task, action, and result. And ensure that whatever questions you're seeing, you just frame your answers in that particular pattern
Correct.
and somehow try to answer that. Especially in companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Salesforce, for sure. In
Yeah.
In every round, Amazon mein toh in every round you will have one questions on leadership principles, right?
Yes.
So yeah, this is what it is, how the resources
Got
and
it.
the preparation.
How you are bringing the more companies in? So how you are differentiating yourself, because companies are not reaching out to you. What I understand is you are applying to the career portal, you are asking for
True,
referral.
true,
So anything you have done in your resume to stand out from the other?
sure. So I'll take it one by one. So probably coming to the very first resume part. So what I did is I used the concept of master and child resume this time. So
Hmm.
master resume is having something like it has all the skills that you know, no matter even if you know it 60%, try to add it. That's okay. But it's in the master resume, not in the child resume. So try to add it there. And every company that you apply for or every JD that you apply for, you'll be creating a child resume which will be from that master resume. Okay, and try to remove the extra things which is there in the master resume but not in the JD, or vice versa. Try to add something which is there in the JD but not in the master resume. In the child resume, you'll be doing this. So this is the concept that I use. So basically, what I'm saying is try to add only things which are relevant in the resume. As simple as that. That's the very first thing. Your resume should be keyword rich. A lot of important keywords has to be there. Ensure that, especially if you're a fresher, you have the important keywords plus a lot of emphasis will be given on your projects more than your internships and the experiences that you have. Of course, you're a fresher, so you not have the experience, but yeah, the projects is very important. Ensure that you probably add 3 to 4 points for each projects. The problem statement that you're solving, the tech stack that you have used, how did you do it, and on a very lower scale, what is the impact? Probably the 4 things that you have to share for every project. So that's it that we look for. Right? And whatever things that you want that should pop up when the recruiter looks out, they should be kept in bold. Try to put things in bullet points rather than in paragraphs. Plus, add your LinkedIn profile if you're good with computer programming, maybe lead code, code forces, all those accounts. Plus, add location. I have seen this when I used to add my city, which is a very tier 2, tier 3 city. I didn't used to get any calls, but the moment I add Bangalore, Hyderabad, I get a lot of calls. So that is also a hack that works. Okay, so this is the resume wala part that you have for working professions, projects, personal projects not that important. More than that, what work you have done in your company, that is more important. Now, what I did is, so yeah, one thing is, no matter how good your profile is, you have to apply a lot.
Hmm.
To give my counts, I applied to 1600 applications.
Okay.
Not this time. I mean, last time when I was looking for Optum to ServiceNow or somewhere. Right
Hmm.
at that point in time, I had to apply 1600 job applications, and I got calls from hardly 60 to 70 companies, in which I gave 100% interviews because one company may you give multiple interviews also,
Correct.
right? So this is how it goes. So the thing is, you have to maximize the probability of getting a call. As simple as that. No matter how smart you are, you have to apply a lot. As simple as that. Market is very tough right now. A lot of good folks who have been laid off from companies. The competition is there was who are looking into the market. So the thing is, you have to apply as simple, right? So that is how it goes. And yeah, that's what I did. I applied to directly to the two email IDs, and I reach out to recruiters, hiring managers, software engineers
Mhm.
on LinkedIn, on Blind, all these kind of apps where I
Okay.
could ask for reference. And I also use a lot of job portals,
Mhm.
Naukri, InstaHire, mainly. These are two things that I used. Plus one resume thing that I forgot to mention. So how to check if your resume is having all the keywords or not, which are there in the JD. So I use an extension for that called Job Analytics. So just add that. It's a Google Chrome extension.
Mhm.
Open the JD. In that extension, now go ahead and add your resume, and it will tell you that what are things which are extra and what are things you need to add.
Okay.
So that's a very good thing
What
that
is
you should
that?
use.
Job
This
analytics.
Analytics, Job Alytics.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. Nice, nice one, man.
So
And also, it would be fine if I add your LinkedIn profile into the description section
sure,
so that
sure, sure.
other engineers, if they have query about the resume, like if you have a template, or they can reach out to you and you might be able to help them. So, will that be fine, right?
Sure. Yeah, yeah, that
Thanks,
works.
thanks. So, what's your notice
Sure.
period into service now? Is it like 30 days, 60 days,
Mm,
90 days?
it was 30 days.
30 days. So maybe
30.
it might not be a bigger challenge while you're
That
switching.
difficult for you.
Yeah,
True,
but
true.
do you have, like, maybe from your previous switch, Optum to ServiceNow,
Yes.
or if that is also 30 days, but if you have like
True.
those who have 90 days, how they can
Hmm.
counter this while discussing with the other HR?
Yeah, in my service now method it was 30 days, so I didn't have a lot of problems. But when I was switching from Optum it was 90 days.
Acha.
So I had to somehow navigate that. So it's a very good question, and I also get this question a lot on LinkedIn. So probably I'll take this right now. What I did is, so to start with, I didn't have any knowledge. That was my very first switch. So I used to say 90 days, and recruiters reach out, and a very traditional HR answer will reach out to you, but honestly, no one used to reach back, right? So that is how it started with. Then I understood that if I say 90 days, no one is going to win. So what I did is, I used to say 45 days. It
Mhm.
was a lie, I understand, but I used to say 45 days, and even in that 45 days, recruiters were asking that, is it negotiable? Right? So even in 45 days, they're expecting that you'll join in 30 days. So 90 days में तो भूल ही जाओ if people will give you a chance. Right? So I used to say 45 days, and I somehow used to grab the opportunity. That's how it started. Again, a disclaimer: I would not recommend everyone to do this unless you are very confident with your preparation. Do
Correct.
this only if you are very confident that you are even if you get something, put down the paper and continue interviewing. Of course, that
Okay.
is.
No, I didn't get
So
it.
what happened is,
How this will solve the problem? You have 90 days
okay.
notice period. You got the offer
Hmm,
based on the
hmm,
negotiation that it is 45 or less. But now you
correct.
put the paper. But still you have
Hmm,
to serve the 90 days and they are
hmm,
giving you a joining date in
hmm,
let's say 30 or
hmm,
45 days. So that
correct.
how you are managing the another 45 days
Hmm.
extra.
Right. No, I was confident that even if it's 30 to 45 days, I will crack something because a lot of interviews were going me for me in parallel.
Hmm.
Right. So that is why I was saying that I would not recommend this unless you are very thorough with the preparation and or very confident with the preparation. Right.
Hmm.
So that's what I did. I told them 45 days, took one offer, put down my paper.
Acha,
Now,
got it.
on paper, it was that my joining date in the new company or the very first company from which I got an offer, it was for 45 days.
Hmm.
90, right? But again, I was confident. Then I kept on interviewing. I got offers from PayPal, ServiceNow. I got offers from Ford. So this way, I had six offers altogether in
Got it.
hand at that point in time, right?
Got
So and ultimately, I joined
it. Service
ServiceNow at
now.
that point in time.
Totally understand. And what about the salary
Yes,
negotiation part? Does
true.
let's say if I am an HR, I said that okay, we'll give you
Hmm.
40% increment or 30% increment.
Hmm.
So generally,
Okay.
how's your discussion? Like, no, no, I will take 80%. They will say, no, we are only
Hmm.
giving this year. So we will say
Hmm.
just yes. Like sometimes this is the area where it might reach to a situation where HR feels that no, this guy is like very rigid. Let's, is
Hmm.
it possible that offer can get revoked or itself? So how
Okay.
you handle this negotiation part very gently or respectfully? So what's your strategy here?
Sure. Once you have an offer, traditionally you'll get either 30 to 40% ka hike
Hmm.
only on your
Yeah.
current salary. That's for the first offer, right? But what you have to keep in mind is now you have 90 days ka notice period.
Hmm.
So this is not the only offer that I'll go with. No, for sure, because if you are very good with the preparation, you'll clear more. Is huge. It's not less, right? So that's how it was. I took the first offer, which was from 30% ka hike, and I took that and I kept on interviewing. Now, when after that, after getting that offer, now if some company reaches out to you, so the base is not your current base, but the new offer that
The
you get,
new offer. Okay.
right? So you are traditionally getting a 30 to 40% hike on that now,
Acha,
and you have to tell that. You don't say that my current base in my current company is that. Tell
I have an
explicitly.
offer.
They'll also ask you that I have an offer in hand, and this and so is what they are paying, and I am expecting certainly more than this. Yeah, one skill here that I also see here is that let's say you have a number X in mind is what you're looking for. Always say almost 50% more than
Hmm.
that number. कि अगर आपके माइंड में ये कंफर्म है कि यार मैं X से तो नीचे नहीं जाऊंगा, so tell 1.15x, which is a 50% more than that number, right? Because you'll not get what you ask. As simple as that. You'll
Correct.
also come down, right? So tell her 15% more than that. So that's how it goes. And yeah, again, very famous offer shopping. I did this a lot. Take one offer, go to other companies, take that. And there's nothing wrong in it. Let me tell you this.
Correct.
I get a lot of questions because other companies को भी निकालना होगा, so they'll not think about it, right? So if you are in notice period, you need to get multiple offers in hand and you have to play it safe, right? So this is what I did. And this time also, I got an offer from Microsoft. This time, I showed that to Salesforce. I got an offer from Salesforce. I got an offer from Salesforce. Then I showed it to Adobe. I got an offer from Adobe this time. So these are the three offers that I had. But again, Salesforce was paying me more, and also the more importantly, work was really good at Salesforce. That is the reason I joined Salesforce this time. So
Like,
yeah, this is how it goes, and there's nothing wrong in it.
yeah, yeah, nothing wrong
अपने
in
लिए
it.
best offer निकालो यार.
Yeah, yeah, I
अपने
mean,
लिए best
nothing
offer
wrong in
निकालो.
it. But thanks a lot for this info. But yeah, that's pretty much from my side in this quick podcast. Like, if you have anything in your mind which I haven't asked and you wanted to share, please go ahead, man. Like,
Sure. So probably I'll take some questions which I get a lot on LinkedIn. So especially from people these days who have been preparing a lot but not getting calls, and even if they're getting calls, they're not able to clear the interviews. Whatever it is, I'll just tell the team that don't lose hope. To be very honest, I understand you are applying a lot, you are preparing a lot, but still not getting the calls. But that is something that everyone faces. As I was saying that I applied to 1,600 jobs, right? That's a huge number. So and almost I just got 60 to 70 calls, and the rest all of them were rejections only, right? Because either I didn't hear back from them or I got a rejection email, whatever it is. But all of them were rejection. So अगर मैं उस टाइम पे ये सोच के बैठ जाता यार कि 1100 कंपनी से कॉल नहीं आ रही है तब तो अब क्या ही कॉल्स आएगा, तो I would have not been where I am today, right? So as simple as that, I believe in the fact that अगर मेहनत करी है, अच्छा मेहनत कर रहे हो तो कभी ना कभी अच्छी जगह तक पहुंचना ही है. As simple as that. Maybe you'll not clear the first interview, second interview, third interview, but आगे जाके एक राउंड दो राउंड क्लियर होंगे. So that is what it takes. Just keep going.
A lot for this time on Sunday, and thank you again.